Welcome! This e-learning tool was created from a larger training on military and civilian victims' rights attorneys. This e-tool will focus on a segment of that training discussing referrals for victims' rights attorneys in the military, presented by Lieutenant Colonel Lauren A. Shure, who is the Deputy Division Chief of the Special Victims Counsel Division for the Air Force. With that, let's begin. If an advocate or another allied professional wants to make a referral for a victim's rights attorney in the military, where can they look and with whom can they connect?
Any local military installation, regardless of where you might be, anywhere you can get in touch with them, should have a legal office of some sort. And within that legal office, you're always going to have a victim witness assistance program or a victim witness liaison. That's a congressionally mandated program, and that's applicable to all crime victims where there's a military connection. And so that's really a point person that you can rely on no matter where you are, no matter how you're getting a hold of them, no matter what service you need. That person can at least help you find the right people. The other people that you may be looking for, they work for family advocacy programs, sexual assault response coordinator, or you'll hear SARC or SAPR. In the Air Force and the Navy. In the Army, it's SHARP. So we also have community liaisons, and we have violence prevention specialists. So all of those are people who work in the advocacy role for victims within the military. They're sort of that victim advocate, but they can also get you to the right attorney when you need an attorney.
Are services and eligibility for representation the same in each service?
Each service treats it just a little bit differently. So each service is, the Air Force, for instance, we are representing domestic violence victims, we represent sex assault victims, and then we're looking at expanding from there. Army, they're set up just a little bit differently, but they also represent sex assault victims in DV. So those are your standard. I think once you kind of get into the service, you can see more of what services are available within that particular branch of the military. So pivoting here, what information is useful for the military, I guess, to know about when you're looking for a request? I'll start by saying that, as I said earlier, if you can just get with somebody in the military, they're likely to be able to find you the right person. Even if it's not the right branch of the military, I'm located in Washington, D.C., as are most of the other senior attorneys in each one of our programs. We collaborate regularly. I just sent an email to all of them right before this meeting. We meet at least once a quarter with DOD, and so we're constantly talking. So if, let's say, you get connected with a Navy, a Navy branch or a Navy person, but really you need an Army person, at this level and my level, we are talking constantly and making sure we're getting the right person for you.
What are some factors that might be helpful for a survivor to know when making decisions around their representation with a victim's rights attorney in the military?
So some of the useful information, whether the survivor intends to participate in the military justice process, the Victims Association or Nexus, their tie basically to the military. Are they a dependent? Are they active duty? Are they a former dependent? Those are all things that will play into how and who is able to represent that individual. The victim's location can be important because, one, it's their location to wherever the court may happen, right? But it's also their location in relation to their attorney. So what is the best for that victim? Do we want to get them somebody that's really close to them or somebody that's closer to the court itself?
Can you share another example of a collaborative effort between the services that have aided crime victims who are seeking their own representation?
Any preference for attorneys and for their branch, right, for their affiliation. One of the things that's really great with our collaboration is if, let's say, a victim wants an Air Force attorney, but it's an Army court. A lot of times we're able to collaborate locally with our partners to say, hey, I'm going to help you, but I don't know anything about how the Army, like what they call this, what they call this kind of discharge. And so we're going to work really hard on that to make sure that we're collaborating and connecting to get the best continuity of service we can.
For information on the pairing of crime victims with civilian victims' rights attorneys, please visit the National Alliance of Victims' Rights Attorneys and Advocates, NAVRA, a key project of NCVLI, at www.navra.org.